Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So this video looks a wee bit differently because this is the second time I'm recording this. I'm just not recording the footage again. It cocked up this time, right? So I'm having to do it again. Basically in this video I want to talk about what I think they're going to do to absolutely break the arse off of VEGA and CAMMY to get people to summon. Some of this is based on my expectations, but it's also kind of rooted in what they've done with units before, basically, when they've taken them from a standard faction unit and made them a bit different, right? Now, VEGA and CAMMY are units that I fully expect 100% to be flame special summons, okay? If you watch the video preview I did for that unit, you will know that it's pretty obvious why, right? Some of the other predictions I'm going to make are going to be based on units that have come to the game like Chun-Li, like Flame Chun-Li, right? They've done certain things to her. They've done certain things to other characters like Summer Yang and stuff like that. All of this backs up a lot of my thinking, right? So, we're going to talk about the unit, talk about the key things that I think they're going to use to elevate this unit to the next level, right? So, these two, they're coming in a few days. I fully expect them to be Flame special summons. No Master, no Inferno, Flame all the way, baby, right? So it's going to be good because they are going to, in my opinion, be a hybrid support DPS unit. So think Evil Ryu, right? Evil Ryu, a lot of people run them for the support buffing side of him. Other people just want his damage output, right? I think this unit is going to function a lot like that, okay? Because of the changes that I think they're going to make to this unit to make them more appealing to the global audience, to make them summon, right? So, DPS support, that is where I'm going to frame them and where I expect them to be, right? Now, all of their kit I think will get buffed. They'll increase the damage numbers, the percentages and stuff like that. They always do that, right? But the main hook, the thing that I think they're going to change the most is going to pretty much come from a combination of their C1 mainly and potentially some of their passive, right? So we need to take a look at the C1 first of all. So if you've never seen this video the other day, you won't have seen the footage I'm about to show you, right? But on the C1, there is a buff that happens. A critical hit, 50% damage for 10 seconds, and on the other one, it is 30% attack boost for 10 seconds when swapping units, right? This currently only applies to that character, okay? I'm going to show you footage so that you can see that currently that is not a team-wide buff. That is an individual buff. But here's the thing, with units like this and the other versions, they have taken those individual buffs and they have made them team-wide buffs. So if you watch here, right, you'll see Vega getting the graphic above his head saying the buff's been applied, and then look, he gains the fist there. No one else gets it. He's the only one on the team that currently gets the buff. I think on Global they will make that a party-wide buff, right? I do. I think on Global they will make that a party-wide buff, as that is very desirable. The reason it's so desirable on a unit like this is because unlike someone like, for example, Street Poison, if you've got the buff and you then want to use the unit for damage, they're going to do damage on their C2, right? Whereas with Street Poison, you're pretty much only ever using her for her C1, so in that regard, she isn't as flexible as these guys, right? Not only that, the other thing that I think they're going to do is, if you look, they've got another skill. After swapping roles, you'll gain Love Mark within 10 seconds and increase your own damage by 2.14%, which I think can be stacked up to 20 times. I think what they'll do is, with a full set of cars, they will make it so that you apply that to the entire team, right? I think they will make it so that you apply it to the entire team. Now, I do think there is a chance although I'm not 100% on this one, but I think there's a chance that they might also increase the when killing enemy target, restore the maximum health of all allies by 20%. I think they might increase that slightly, but again, if you're going to use this unit for bossing and stuff like that, it's not going to make a huge difference, right? What I do think will make a big difference is the other change that I think they're going to do, which is, if you watch my video from the other day, you'll know that they give a lot of burn, right? They put out a lot of stacks of burn, right? But what they do is they do an explosion that consumes those stacks of burn. I think with a full set of cars, they'll no longer consume stacks of burn. Why is this important? Well, if you've got a unit like, for example, Fashion Ken, he wants stacks of burn. So if you had this unit in the C2 slot doing their C2, they'll apply burn, Ken would do huge damage. But if they consume that burn, it's going to lessen the amount of damage that he does. I think with a full set of cars, that'll be the change that they make. They'll make it so that burn stacks are no longer consumed when an explosion happens, which honestly, in my opinion, if they take the buffs of 50% crit damage, 30% increased attack, and they make them team-wide buffs, like they did for Flame Chun-Li, like they did for Summer Yang, who does not function that way on the other versions, it's individual. Our version, they buffed it to make it team-wide, so it's something they do like to do. I think that is the first thing that will make the unit very desirable. Taking the love mark, applying it to the entire team, if you've got a set of cars. Again, it will ramp up the desirability of these characters because it's damage. It's not attack, it's damage. That makes a big difference, right? And finally, if they also do it so that burn stacks are not consumed, these guys themselves will do huge numbers, but they will play very nicely with other units who thrive off of units having things like burn status. Those are the three things, apart from lifting up the percentages of damage, etc., that you get from their skills. Those are the three things that I think they're going to do to these units to crack them. Why am I talking about this? Well, I like to have documented evidence that I've said this stuff, because if I say when the unit comes out, oh, that's what I thought they were going to do, people will be like, yeah, right, sure you did. But it's here, it's in black and white, I suppose, if you... whatever. But that's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to make this unit be a must-have if you are running Flame, a unit like Fashion Ken. You really want to see him popping off. If you're wanting a solid buffer that can also function as a DPS within your team, I think that this is what they're going to do to make this unit really shine and become really desirable for people in the game. You can let me know in the comments down below if you think I'm miles off. I don't. I think this is 100% what they're going to do. I'll be interested to see what they're going to do, but this is me putting it out into the world that is what I think their kit is going to be. I think they're going to function as a hybrid DPS buffing unit, and I think if they do what I said I think they're going to do, I think they'll be absolutely cracked out their nut. But we'll see. So, what do you think? Do you think I'm miles off? Let me know in the comments down below. I've been Hayzink. I won't say I told you so if I got them all right, but I might smile. So I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.